Now, in our previous video, we opened a line-based family and we created this array inside it that uses two 3D models. One, the brick with mortar, which you see here on the edge, and then the other one without mortar that acts as our end brick. And I show you how to actually link this so that it always sits on the end here. What we haven't done yet is actually link the length of this parameter to the length of our line-based family. Also, obviously, when we do that, we need these bricks to increase as it expands to this side. So to do that, I'm going to go to the family types up here. And the parameters we need already created. All that I need is that this one here needs to update the number based on the length specified up here. And just like we did before with the chairs, we're basically going to take the length and divide it by a specific distance. In this case, that's the thickness of the brick, which is 85 millimeters. If I say apply, you can see immediately it updates to 14. I go out, we have that. Now the fact that it's protruding here and going beyond the line doesn't really matter much, because when we put this inside our family, because when we link this to the window family, I'm going to link the center line here, just like we did with the chairs, to the family. And as this goes bigger or smaller, it will actually center it, and you'll have the same amount of protrusion on both sides. Now, the one thing that I always liked working in AutoCAD, especially when you create dynamic blocks, is the ability to actually specify increments, meaning the user can only increase or decrease a distance in a specified increment. Revit doesn't have a built-in function like that, but we can use the parameters to force that kind of behavior in this family. So I'm going to show you how to do that, which will also be a different way of actually linking the length to that one. And again, we're going to go up here to the family types. And we need to add a new parameter, this one called increment length. Make it of type instance. It's going to be a length, and I want it under other. And OK. Now there's a few steps to this. So I'm going to take it slow and show you in steps how this works. But in the end, we're going to end up with a length here. So I'm going to start by taking our length and dividing it by 85. That's the increment that I want. You see we have 14.1. Now I want this to be an integer, no decimals. So I'm going to put a round function there and apply. And you get the inconsistent units error. Now this is the error that's going to pop up frequently when you start doing these types of equations. And to manage that, you need to understand why it's actually happening. Now increment length, remember, we set as a length. And currently, when I do a round, it means I'm creating an integer. So it's expecting something with millimeters. Now to get past that, all that I'm going to do here is times the answer with 1 millimeter, which is basically going to give me 14.1 millimeters. And apply. You can see after it's rounded, it's happy now with that. But remember, this is a length. I don't want the number of bricks. I actually want that recalculated as a length. So I'm going to put all of this in brackets. And then times that by 85 moles again. So it's already in millimeters, so I don't need to do that. And it gives me a distance of 1190, meaning the current length, the closest I have to that in increments of 85 is 1190. And all I need to do now is make sure that the length of my array is updated based on that. So instead of the total brick length, I'm making the increment length and apply. Just see if that's working. There we go. So if I were to change this, let's say 1.5, and apply it. That's the length that it creates in 85 mil increments. As a point of interest, if you look here, 1530, and there I also have 1530. The way it was set up before, I actually already had all the information to do that, but I just wanted to show you how to do this in one line instead of doing it in separate ones like this. So if you quickly need to set up something to behave in increments, just take the length and divide it by the increment that you need. And then in most cases, it's better to just round it. That is it for this lesson. And then in the next one, we will look at now loading this into an existing window family and then linking the parameters to the parameters inside that family.